Desmond here from Performance Destination. If you're looking to have your car tuned, whether it's on the dyno or remote, reach out to us and see what we can do for you. We meet the needs on all computer systems.
So anytime I do any dyno tuning or anything like that, like, you have to make sure that your wideband is calibrated properly. If it's not calibrated properly, it's not going to be reading accurately, and I won't trust the reading if it's not calibrated. So let's go through the process and let's set it up. Keep pressing it till it gets the cal, configure, and it'll just start smelling the free air. The sensor's out the exhaust, and it's just gonna start calibrating, and it's smelling the atmosphere. And free air calibration, and it says pass. Once it says pass, that means the sensor is working good and the reading will be more accurate. It was trying to make more before, but like I had to like go in there and kind of like turn it down here, turn it down there, because like such a small turbo, it wants to make a lot of torque. I'm not worried about the horsepower. Horsepower is whatever. It's the torque. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If it tries to hit too much, try to make too much too early, and that's what really destroys a stock motor. You know, the horsepower is whatever.
That's what'll twist the transmission.
Well, I don't think the trans is gonna get hurt by this. This is little power, so but this is gonna be fun power.
So that's what it's set at now. Is
Right now.
62.
Right now.
That's more than I was
381.
expecting.
Yeah, right now, not turning it up, down, left it at right at that. Everything else I was trying to work out was just like transition, drivability. The car drives. Like I said, that whole time I was driving, I'm trying to make sure I adjusted so the car could drive at most like factory or way better than factory.
Yeah.
You know? So even when I turn the car off, turn it back on, I was trying to get it to where it could fire up faster than it did before.
Yeah.
Like just trying to get it quicker.
saw that.
And it's little things like that, like I would do for my car.
Yeah.
You know, if it would bug me, then I would do it for this car. So like, if I'm cruising one day and you know I'm not trying to have it like jerking and you feel uncomfortable, and whatever gear I was operating in, I wanted it to be nice and smooth. I want it to be like, you know, as soon as you accelerate, like the power starts coming in nice and smooth. It's not like jerky. It's not like
The torque curve that you've got.
Yeah.
The power curve
Yeah.
on this is nice.
yeah. I would definitely still do a boost leak test on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you never did it, now keep in mind, if you do a boost leak test and you find your boost leak and then you fix it,
Yeah,
it's probably gonna make a little bit more. Probably gonna feel strong.
Okay.
But that's just that. So I run it how I operate. I run my timing more softer, and then I'll probably like get creative with the boost control strategy on that. This car as is, like on the E5, maybe it's better, bigger injectors, probably easily makes more power. Easily.
When I go to do daily motor, I'm going to do different injectors.
Yeah.
You said car clinic or?
There's a few options. We'll talk about sizes and whatnot depending on what you're looking to. Injector choice is depending on what turbo choice.
Yeah.
Depending on what horsepower choice. Because it's
I didn't know what
I
all
think
this
at
was
this
going to
point-
do, so that's why I went with the 750. I figured it was kind of like split in the middle.
right. Now if you had usually you're looking for like around 300. For the 750, you're fine with that. You know what I'm saying? So most times, most Evos that come through, and if they're looking around, well, they never look for 300. So Evos never look for 300.
I was just looking for daily drivability, so I don't blow it up
Yeah.
right away.
Yeah.
Probably could have got away in your stock injector, to be honest. If you were trying to get 300.
Yeah.
I
Well,
would
we
go with
were
that.
concerned with, running up against the duty cycle.
Yeah.
That too. That's also another concern too, depending on how much power.
Yeah.
But if you're going with 300 or low 300s, then you really gonna get hot with that duty cycle on 300.
I just wasn't sure what this block was capable of holding up to, so
Yeah.
without knowing that,
Have you
I
did a compression test on this motor yet?
No, we took the guy's word on it when the other engine came apart. We threw it in and we did a block test to make sure no head gasket.
My opinion. So this is on the head gasket from when you got this engine used.
Yeah.
Same
It's
exact
a long
way.
block.
Yeah,
We
but
just
if I was,
transferred
in
myself
my
over.
opinion, I would highly 150% do a compression test on this car. 100% because what if he never did it and he don't even know?
Yeah.
And so it's like I've had people get motors and or even they buy a whole car and like, hey, perfectly running, and all of a sudden it's like, man, the compression looks really low on this. I had a guy come through one time, like I said, I told other people before, fully built setup, everything done up, and then he drove here. I got on the dyno just like I'm doing right now. I'm spooling on it. It felt really laggy, and I was like, bro, something's off. I'm like, I can feel something's off. Did a compression test, it was 90 across the board.
Oh.
So like, and I didn't even do the test yet. I just felt it. So like, at least we knew. He drove back to North Carolina, then came back, and then he came, trailer back to North Carolina, then came back, and then we finally tuned it and made 800 plus.
Damn.
So it's just like,
Yeah.
it's one of those things you need to make sure, because if you don't know, if you just out there, I don't know what the compression is, I'm out there just beating on it, racing on it, just doing this and that. Like, you want to know the condition and the health of this. This way, if the engine ain't as healthy, then you know how to drive it.
Yeah.
And you know you're not abusing it.
He was going based off of what the shop was telling because he had the shop doing all the work to his car. They took this motor out. He did an upgraded block. He spent like 40 grand
Yeah,
on
that car was
under the
impressive.
hood.
Yeah, it was.
And
Yeah.
he had
Even-
before he swapped this out, he had the timing belt done.
Timing belt, water pump.
Yeah, water pump. And
Well, those are like,
something else.
that kind of stuff is like, I guess, and then timing belt is very important too. But the compression test.
Yeah. No, I
it's
get,
like,
I get what you're
that
saying.
is what you need, because you know, if that's off and it's not, if the engine's not holding compression, all the power is just seeping through the rings. And then what's going to happen is you're going to create a bunch of blow-by, and you're going to have a lot of crankcase pressure building up on this car. So that's another thing. So if I would do like a catch can setup on this
We actually have the
It'd be,
with the filter style.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's got
yeah.
filter in it.
I believe.
Is it atmosphere filtered or is it recirculation? That's not a recirculation. That's not a good catch can.
Oh, okay.
So you want to get one that's atmosphere related. So if all the crankcase pressure will build into the can or canister, and it will vent to the atmosphere through the filters.
Okay.
So yours is just taking it and dumping it into another area. Taking it and dumping it into
It
another
goes
area.
in the intake.
Right.
Yeah.
But it goes right back into the
Yeah.
turbo and just
Yeah.
recirculating the crankcase pressure. It builds up, it puts a lot of moisture back into the turbo. It puts a lot of moisture back into the system. Because that crankcase pressure is just oil. It's oil vapor.
Yeah.
And then, but if you're recirculating it, you're gonna get a lot of oil vapor where you take up your intercooler piping, it's all oily. Take up your turbo compressor housing, it's all oily, all that kind of stuff. So you want one that's with a filter, it vents the atmosphere because you don't want the crankcase pressure in the motor.
Yeah.
You want to relieve it, not recirculate it back in. So you want to take
Makes
it
sense.
out as much as possible. So get one that is a filter style,
Yeah.
and this way it'll help the engine breathe better.
Okay.
So crank that and compression test, 100% do that. So
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to do it. This was kind of a rush job.
well, y'all need to
Let it
do this.
go.
Never be in a rush. Even if it's a rush job, if you say, hey, I got things I need to do this,
Yeah.
it's gonna be another week for I bring it to you. Now you have a whole other week to prepare yourself versus rushing. But when you rush, you're always sorry.
Oh,
later.
yeah.
You know, and I see it
We were-
every
We were
single day.
rolling the dice on this one. And
Never do that.
Yeah.
Because what happens is when you roll the dice, and you put that hot potato in the tuner's hand.
We got lucky. Well, no, it wouldn't have been.
Well, the thing is, if without knowing the compression.
Oh, yeah.
And I get the car,
You take
and
the chance.
I'm making power. I'm taking the chance and doing this kind of stuff. So make sure you just check over that
Yeah.
stuff. Do the boost leak, compression, catch can. And then what I would do is I would swap all the plugs in there. I'll tell you what to gap the plugs to. So you definitely want to gap the plugs. If you just
Okay.
got them
Yeah.
from the dealership or just parts store, you drew them in there. Not the right gap.
Yeah.
So you need to have the right gap. This way, everything runs consistent day to day to day to day. Besides that, it's good now. Like I really wanted to work out all the check engine light stuff on there. I didn't want no check engine light on there. I wanted to make sure everything was gone off the check engine light. So I'm going to do some videos and pictures, unload it, go for a test drive, and got to load back up and
Stupid question.
no such thing.
When this thing finally breaks, is there can we get a program through links to put into an ECU so we can go in and do the diagnostic to figure out what's,
Well, I don't think
like
it's
if we lose a sensor or something like that, or if I get a misfire, is there any way to go in and see data to?
It might be. I could probably try to set that up for that.
Yeah, rather than guessing, should I have to do diagnosis? on this?
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, because before it's easy. I can get in there with the Solus and I can say, oh, misfire on number 4, and then we go looking and
I got you.
do the diagnosis from there.
Yeah, I got you.
Otherwise, I'm guessing.
Now, if also I see the gasket for the intake manifold, if that ends up leaking,
Yeah.
just you take that off, clean it off, and usually on stuff like that, sometimes if it's like that paper style,
Yeah.
then you could do I do like a little slight coat of copper spray
Okay.
and whatnot, just if it is that.
Yeah, I do like the copper spray. But that's
I don't use no silicone. Don't use no silicone. Don't do nothing like that. I use the copper spray, seal it, let it dry, and it's always pretty solid. Besides that, everything else is good. I did see whenever the blow-off valve did open up, I saw like a little bit of mist out of that. So like a little bit of mist. So that's what I meant by that's what I meant by the catch can. That's the only reason why I brought it up, because I saw it misting. Every time I'll get on it and it'll open up, I see it go out the side. It can go out the side because the fan's right here, so it's blowing it out the side. So that's like if if your engine's building up a bunch of crankcase pressure and you have it dumping right back into the same area where the blow off valve is about to blow, it's just sucking that oil vapor and it's blowing it out. I guarantee you take this blow off valve off and you go to put your hand around it, I bet it's oily. I guarantee it. So you definitely want to do that. So just letting you know that, because if you start seeing a little, but yo, he told me about that.
That's why where you got to physically dump the oil out of the filter.
Sometimes sometimes if a lot of blow by it start pushing.
Okay.
So yeah, sometimes it's like that. Typically you shouldn't need to do that unless it's like, depending on how it's built, depending if how much crankcase pressure you have and whatnot, the typical car, you shouldn't have to do that. It might collect a little bit here and there, but it shouldn't be to the point where the whole thing is filled and you got to dump it every week.
Yeah.
So if you got to do that, then you got a problem.
Yeah.
So but that was it.
That's awesome.
All right. It took a while because everything had to get worked out.
Yeah.
Everything had to get worked out. Everything had to be solid. So I had to do it right the first time. Not have people come back.
Yeah, this thing would not do that. Holy cow. This thing is amazing.
That power comes on quick.
It really does.
That's the torque that you saw on the screen.
The whole front of the car is... Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Yo, this is gonna feel so damn good.
Oh, I might actually end up with some speeding tickets now.
This feels so good.
Oh.
Imagine I turned it down.
Yeah.
I turned it down, like I made it really, really soft, so it don't have its guts hanging out. So I turned it down, but like that's still short shifting.
Yeah.
So as you go up in RPM, your power band is still climbing, and it's still gonna start pulling.
Yeah.
That's still short shifting.
Holy crap. Holy crap.
How'd it feel?
Oh, this is so fun. I didn't even get to drive it like this when I bought it.
So up to your liking now.
Oh, this is awesome. I don't know how else to describe this.
Y'all hear that? Every Subaru owner out there, y'all know who to come to. Go ahead and tell me about your experience of how it went for you today.
Excellent. Even though we brought a car that wasn't exactly right, you helped us get it straightened out. Exceeded our expectations as far as what we were expecting numbers wise.
Right.
The car turned out better than I thought it could have been. There's no other way to say that.
When we went for that first test drive just now, how did that feel for you?
I can't even think of any words. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
How did that power band feel when you got in it to kind of tell you how that torque felt?
It puts you back at the seat.
That's awesome.
It was way better than anything that it could have been before we came here.
Right. So let me ask you, like I said, when I tune a car, I make sure the drivability is on point and make sure it drives comfortably. How did it feel drivability wise throughout traffic, in gears? Because we went around downtown a little bit and stop and go. So like, tell me how that drivability was.
It felt great.
Yeah.
Smooth in every gear.
Right.
Except for me on the clutch. But
All right, man. Well,
other than that,
So-
it was perfect.
so y'all go ahead and tell all the Subaru owners where they need to come to.
Hey, just come down to Orlando.
All right, man. I appreciate you, bro. Thank
No
both.
problem.
Thank
I
both
really
of
appreciate you.
y'all. Thank both of y'all, man.
Performance destination, that's the place to be.
That's right. This is Desmond Pierre here, back again with a special treat. This is a Subaru this time. Customer been talking to me for over a year, certain parts of the buys, how you want things set up. I told him I need to do this on Link ECU. Link ECU makes a real plug and play setup where it's very user friendly, very simple for me to do it for customers, and it's a full standalone ECU. So he's able to have all the standalone features between all the fail safes, rolling anti-lag, flex fuel, everything, launch control and anti-lag launch control. It has so much features on this computer system that it makes no sense not to buy it if you're in the market of performance upgrades and you want something good quality to tune with. So today he had a basic bolt-on setup. He just dropped a brand new engine in the motor, in the chassis, stock engine, upgraded 52 millimeter turbo, upgraded WRX 750. I think he said 750cc injectors. It's on pump gas, whole intercooler setup. We finished them right at 362 horsepower and 381 foot-pounds of torque. His goal was to be right around the 300 range, 300-ish. Car turbo was spooling fast. It made a little bit more power, but he was happy with this and he was okay with it. And this is where I left him at. You know, I ran the car really soft because I didn't want the guts hanging out of this thing. You know, this car is not going to be used for like a bunch of racing and drag racing and track racing. He just has a project car that him and his dad put together, and he just wanted everything to come together and working right. So that's how I tune the car accordingly. And power curve looks really nice and linear. We went for a test drive on the street. It feels extremely responsive. As soon as you get on it, it comes on quick. But I also don't let it stay on too strong down low. I kind of let it taper a little bit just so it stays a little bit more happier. It's not making over 400 foot-pounds of torque. It's not trying to be too aggressive. I just want it to feel good, but also wanted to keep it contained where it's safe, it's reliable. He could get out every single day and beat on it and play with it. He's already having talks of building the engine. He has another engine, and he wants to build that engine, sleeve it, and then upgrade it, bigger turbo, everything. But for right now, this is the goal of mine and what he wanted to be at. If you are a Subaru owner, please reach out to us. We could easily get you done. I would highly recommend you going with the Link G4X. Standalone, plug and play. It could be, you could even get with me and we could do it remotely. We could do it on the dyno, however you want to do it. I recommend the Link ECU for these cars. It's super smooth, user-friendly. It has no limitations. Whatever you're looking to accomplish, that ECU can do it. We here at Performance Destination can do it for you. If you too are out there, Subaru owner, WRX, STI, Impreza, all of them. If you too would like to work with me and have your car running strong, have your car running right, have your car feeling healthy and powerful for whatever level of the setup it is, bolt-ons, built setup, give us a call, reach out to us. Number is 941-268-7493, or you can catch us on all platforms of social media at Performance Destination. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Until next time.